Welcome back to the Bad Blood podcast, everybody. We've got a belter again today. This is our first upload in a while, so we thought we'll give it a special one. Zach Miller, how are you doing?
Yeah, mint, mate. How are you? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Before I get into introductions, I'll put this man, he's got to be breaching the top 10 for our listeners. That's just my personal opinion. He's a hell of a talent. If you want to go check him out, go over on FightZone. I believe it's free until April. So head over there. We're an affiliate of them. If you want to sign up, type in Bad Blood and fire away and watch the boxing. Just like to introduce a couple of sponsors. Mr. Bloom's Backseat Oil Mechanics, Lookin Barbers, best tanning suite and haircut in the local business area. So check them out. Also, ScotWest Shellfish. We'd like to give them a massive shout out. Without you, this podcast would not be possible. Zach, enough of my spiel. How are you doing, my brother?
No, I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm glad to get out early on in the year. Keeping on with the training hard, just chilling out now. I had a tough session this morning. Glad to be here talking to you.
Nice one, my brother. So, let me fire away. How did you start getting into boxing? How you got it like a family history at fighters or?
Oh, no, it was a bit of a weird one. None of my family have been really into sport, do you know what I mean? And then I used to play football. I was captain of a little local football team, started there when I was about 5 at soccer school. And then my dad in the house all the time, do you know what I mean? I just used to watch box, and then he'd put his hand up and I'd just be in his hands, you know what I mean? And then it could be in a butty shop, could be in the pub, could be wherever. Son. And I'd be in his hand, and then that was it. And then ended up going to a boxing gym when I was about 8, and then that was it. The rest.
What was there a particular fight that you've seen? Was anybody? Well, you've just said none of your family's really been into sport, but did you come across anything?
Not really. I just don't nothing really. I just enjoy doing it. I think I sort of like grasps it myself, which I think is a good thing because I wasn't forced into doing it. Do you know what I mean? Even with a football, my dad had got a clue about football. None of my uncles and his mum, nothing. Do you know what I mean? It was just mad. I think I was just a competitive kid. Could have been anything. Losing, could be FIFA, Mario Kart, anything. No, I just got into it like that, mate. It was a bit mad.
Was there any professional or standout amateurs in that gym when you first went in there?
Well, when I first went to a gym, it was I went to Ashton Albion ABC, local to me, myself, and there weren't really many. There was a lot of boxers, but a lot of fitters, a lot of kids who never really boxed. And then I remember turning up. I turned up, mate, in boots, shorts, vest, as if I'm turning up to a fight. I mean, I was only about 8, and he's got Wayne Haywood, who is called. He's got, it's all right, looking the part, but can you do a bit? And he took me on and then he said, "No, you're all right. You can start on Monday." And I started on the Monday, and that was it. I had my first fight when I was 11. I think I won. I think I lost my first 2. Lost my first 2 fights in amateur,
right?
Which is a bit gutting.
I was just about to say, how did you find that? Because obviously you've always wanted to box. You go into your first fight, you lose. That sometimes would put somebody off. Clearly not yourself.
Yeah, no, because like I say, even when I was playing the football, we'd get beaten. I'd be snapping up. Do you know what I mean? I'd be fuming, but sometimes it's not your fault. It could have been an individual's on the day or whatever. You just didn't win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I felt like on my first fight, I got hammered. I got hammered on my first fight, nose all over, but I shown a bit of art, do you know what I mean? I didn't give up. And then my second fight, I remember it because it was the first time I ever got robbed. It was a bad decision over in Bradford, but it didn't bother me. I got back in the gym, and then I think I won about 11 on the bounce.
Wow.
I won the schoolboy straight off the back of that, which was good.
Did you meet anybody who's professional now back then?
Who I boxed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've boxed like Dalton Smith. Dalton's a good kid, doing well. Ross Cooksey, I think he's 8-0. There's a few. I've boxed loads of kids. And then, I won the schoolboys, and then that was it. I just went in the championships every year, kept myself busy, but it was just Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, the local amateur gym, and that's what they're doing. And then I always wanted to do more. So running before school, I'd be running after school, I'd be going to the gym on a Tuesday and Thursday, I'd be doing other things. And I just kept myself active, do you know what I mean? I think that's what gave me the edge. And I had a good amateur career, do you know what I mean? And it's transitioned me well for pros.
So you said it was the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What were you doing on the Tuesday and Thursday, Saturday and Sunday? Were you
I'd
still
say,
training?
yeah, I'd be still training. I'd be running on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Then I'd be playing football on a Saturday. And then I got involved in the running when I was towards my later teens. And I was juggling all sorts of sports going on. Do you know what I mean? The boxing was really the very first one where, do you know what I mean? I really wanted it.
It shows, because when we seen you, I believe it was when you fought Chrissy Pilton. Yeah, but your engine didn't drop.
It comes to him.
Your levels did not drop. Like, it was me and my mate, because that's when we grabbed you. We were like, yeah, he's going to be something. We personally think you'll be a champion, British weight. It's whatever you want after that. Honestly, we do believe that, because you just stuck out that day. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it shows, obviously, when you were saying you were an all-round sportsman, your levels just did not drop, brother.
No, yeah, like I say, do you know what I mean? None of my family was involved in sport, and then I got in 3 different sports, and I can't thank my mum and dad enough. Do you know what I mean? They've been very supportive. They took me up and down the country. Like, a lot of boxers I've come from, and I'd upbringing, they've come through that. I haven't. I've had a good supportive background. Do you know what I mean? And they've supported me in whatever I've wanted to do. And without them, I probably wouldn't be the athlete I am today. But I've had to put the work in myself and discipline myself to get where I am, and paying off. But like you say, I do like to finger. I like to go on a show, and I want to look the best. Who doesn't? Do you know?
Yeah.
You want to be in division, or you want to be the best in your team, or whatever sport you want to be. You want to be the best. That's why you're doing it. If you don't be the best, then you shouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean?
Come unstuck somewhere if you don't want it. 100%. So what was the transition like from the amateurs to the professionals? How did that come about?
Yeah, well, like I say, I had about 50 fights for Ashton Albion ABC, and then in my last year in the juniors, when before I was a senior, I went to Ian Addison at Draws. I think I had around 20 odd bouts for him as a senior, and then it was just I got a cut. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, I'm boxing in these working men's clubs for fuck all. Pardon my language, but I'm getting a cut.
Fire away, brother.
Yeah, but I'm getting cuts. Do you know what I mean? Fighting kids who I shouldn't really be fighting. They're just rushing in on me, doing this and doing that, and I'm thinking, it's time for me to go to the pro game. I can discipline myself enough, and I decided to turn pro. I went to Steve Maylett's gym then. I give Steve a message, and it's mad this. I've given him a message on Instagram, hi Steve, whatever, would it be possible to come down to the gym looking to turn pro? And he texted me back about 5 seconds after he put, wow, that's mad that. I was just looking at one of your posts then. So he was like on my Instagram as I messaged. It was weird, do you know what I mean? And I went down, done a week with Steve, and he said to me, go and try some other gyms if you want, or do whatever, because I was going away.
Yeah.
So I'd have a think, so I've gone away for a week, and I knew for years before that was always Steve, because of Terry. Do you know what I mean? Terry Flanagan. The style suits the way I box, and I thought, no, and I need to get myself there, and luckily, yes, Steve took me on.
How influential is it having somebody like Terry Flanagan in? Because ex-world champion, I mean, along with yourself, I hear stories. His fitness is off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get called turbo for nothing. Do you know what I mean? So how is it comparing yourself and knowing where you're at in the gym?
No, it was good, because when I first went there, obviously Turbo was still very active. Liam Tate, Jack Rafferty had just come, so there was us 4, and the gym was flying. Do you know what I mean? It still is now, but it's good because, such as Terry, he's come from a normal background, the same as me. He's 5 miles down the road, if that, where he grew up. Do you know what I mean? And
right.
I've seen the greatest amateur. He's not come through the GB path, which I haven't. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I've been thereabouts in the finals of the ABAs and stuff like that, but he's come from a similar background, so I can see how hard he's worked to get to where he got. And it's inspirational to see it, especially with Steve, because at the time when he turned Terry pro in Carl Place, he was such a young coach. Like he says today, people probably looked at him as if say, who's this young kid here? Do you know what I mean? he's worked that hard, figured things out, and obviously he's took him to a world champion. But the classic route, he won the prize fight, won the English, Europeans, and he's gone and done it that way. So it's great to see. Do you know what I mean? And there's no reason why I can't go and do that, or Jack Rafferty in the gym can't go and do that. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Got everything in front of us.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Like I said, it's those coaches who, to me, do not get the praise that they deserve. I mean,
Oh, he does.
To take them the conventional route is people do not understand how hard that is.
No, it's hard. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of it, it's easier now for someone to go and get matched up with a foreigner who's maybe 16-1, but really, not at English British level. But he might have one of these WBC internationals or whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me. If that's a smarter route and you can go and pick up a title by that way, fair play, go and do it. I'd box for a title myself like that. Do you know what I mean? But the way Terry went and done it, and the other fighters like Crawler and stuff like that, it's big. Do you know what I mean? It's tough.
It's the same with Scott Quick, because I remember years and years ago. I mean, I'm talking like, I might be wrong. It could be 10, 12, 15, 13, 14 years ago. Watching them on ITV, and they had only had a handful of fights, and it was on like, I'm not going to degrade it because I hate degrading boxing in any way, shape or form. Anybody who puts the money in deserves credit. Anybody who boxes deserves credit. The whole boxing industry deserves credit, because we're not a sport that gets funded by the government. We always get left out and stuff like that. But it was on small shows, and I was thinking, when are these going to get picked up? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was weird. So to do it the real hard, like the conventional route, you should deserve praise, because you're doing it without a network. You know what I mean? You're doing that without massive financial backers. So the credit's got to be given when it's due.
Yeah, and plus, maybe 5, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the social media wasn't like it is now.
It wasn't.
So got to sell tickets by ringing people and knocking on doors and advertising elsewhere. So it was even harder.
Marketing and advertising was really hard back then.
Hard now, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People expect you to go and come to you. You expect them to come to your fight, but you're not in the pub with them every weekend. You know?
Yeah.
You might not see them for 3 months, and you got to buy a ticket, and they're thinking, buy a ticket? I'm not seeing you for months. But
do you know what? That's really weird, because I seen Kevin Mitchell, like I seen an interview with Kevin Mitchell, and he was saying the exact same. He was saying
what it's like.
It
feel bad. You know what I mean? You've got tickets and you think, I can't really message him, but sell some tickets. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. It's part and parcel of it. But
this is the thing that people don't see outside of boxing: the sacrifices. They wouldn't understand. Like, and no disrespect to your friends.
Like, sometimes on a fight, you might not earn a penny, but what you've cost on the camp, on your vitamins, on your food, on your water, if you're doing everything right, your training, you're losing out. But sometimes I see it as investing in yourself.
Yes, 100%.
I'd rather invest in myself than waste stuff. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered about doing that, because as long as it gets me to where I'm going to get, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, 100%. The sacrifices that you've got to make, like you say, that it's sometimes it's investment, because you are losing out the percentage what you've got to give to people. Not just that, the food is very expensive, because when you eat clean, it's much more expensive.
Of course it is.
Do you have any sponsors that give you the nutrients, the vitamins?
Yeah, well, what it is I was thinking, like, say, I got my first job in about 2018, and good little job. Do you know what I mean? So I was doing a bit of pad work for one of my mates, and he said, "Yeah, there's a job there going, because I wasn't working. I'd left college.
Yeah,
I went after to England Boxing College. It's like you do a level 3 sports science thing, and you box in the day, you do your lessons in the afternoon. It was good. I was on there with a couple of good Scouts kids who were pro now. Brad Strand, he was on this. He was good, mate. And and when I left there, just one big fuck about. I left there after 2 years, and I was without a job. You know what I mean? And this fella said to me, "Do you want to come and do a bit of work?" I said, "Yeah." So I got a job at this factory. In the dispatch, it was top. Do you know what I mean? It's 3 to 4 years. So my last part of my amateur career, I was working. Then when I turned pro, I sat down with Steve and I said, yeah, I'm working, Steve. He's gone, right, no problem. We'll train you in the evenings. That's no problem. And it got to the end of last year and it was getting a bit too much. I was getting up at 6. I was leaving 6:45. I was in work till 5:30. Then I'm in the gym at 6 till 8 and it's 20 minutes. I'm getting home at 8:30, 9 o'clock. From 6 in the morning. I've done that for the first 2 years of my career and it was getting hard, you know what I mean? Because you're coming home, it's not just sitting down. It's like I say, you got to go out selling tickets and you got to sit, go and drop the ticket and go see you. You got, you know what I mean? So that was hard. And then towards the end of last year, three of my sponsors, I got 3 solid sponsors there now. Got a Taurus Security, my mate there, Graham and Marcus. They used to pay me after every fight, but they're helping me out monthly now.
Right.
I've got We Build Recruitment. That's Mike and Was. They're my 2 good friends now as well. And I've got Complete Plaster in Josh. And between them 3, they're supporting me to be a full-time athlete now. So I'm over the moon. Someone would have said to me 10, 15 years ago, what do you want to do? I'd have said, I want to be a full-time professional boxer. And that's what I'm doing now. So I can't moan. And without them, I wouldn't be able to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because like you say, when you were working for the first 2 years, the recovery time is so crucial as well. When you're putting your body through that, and especially if you want to get to the heights of where your dreaming and aspirations are, it's got to be down the line. You've got to have equal, haven't you? Oh, I think we might have lost Zach there for a minute. I think his phone might have went off. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Like I said, I went to the gym when I was 8, and I've not boxed since I was 8 to get to this point and juggle my boxing with working in a factory. Do you know what I mean? It's rather all or nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how it's got to be. I thought, knock that work on the head now and give this boxing a right good go.
Because am I right in saying that you would have turned pro just at the start of the pandemic or just before?
Just before. I managed to get 2 in.
2 in, yeah. How difficult did you find that, especially when you were working as well? Because that must have been extra stress knowing that you've got to work, you've got to stop home, you can't box.
Mate, I'm a proper hyperactive kid. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how she puts up with me. Ask them in the gym. I don't stop. Do you know what I mean? They go for a coffee. And rattling, he's gone green. Get him out. I can't help it. But, it was hard. Like I had my first 2 fights and I was itching to get back out.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic happened and I thought, so here we go. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather have been in work. Work got furloughed. I'm off work. I was rattling, mate, in the house. Started painting fence panels. I can't paint. You know what I mean? Some all sorts, but yeah, it was hard. I just kept training because I don't really. I started doing a couple of runs and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I seen a few boxers like doing a 10-mile challenge, see how fast they can do it and all that. And I'm competitive. I thought, I'll show you. I'll show you. Went and done mine and stuff like that, and it was good. Yeah, it was hard, but I was lucky, me. Because I thought, when did I fight? I fought right at the end of 2019.
Yeah.
I managed to get out within a year because I fought on Dennis Hobson's car park show.
Yes, I remember being there. I think
probably
I was
been
at that one.
Outside, or it was freezing in December. It was where he drove in, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was because there was 3 or 4 shows I went to. 3.
No, this was before it. It was like the drive-in show when they walked in the car.
Wasn't there? Was that the car park one?
Yeah, I know where you mean. Yeah, there was a few there. Freezing, but it was a good experience. You know what I mean? As soon as Kevin, my manager, said, "Yeah, I can get you on it," I thought, "Mint, get us on it, get us a fight." So that was good. And then obviously I was busy. I was probably one of the busiest prospects in the country last year.
You were out 4 times, weren't you?
Yeah, I was out 4 times, which it's not bad considering there was a pandemic going on. Do you know what I mean?
100%, 100%. Was that the first time Dennis seen you on that car park one?
Yeah, that was the first time Dennis seen me. That, yeah.
Did he come up to you afterwards and say anything?
Yeah, he seen me before it. Before it, and obviously, I don't think he'd seen much of me. And then after it, I think he like, you know what I mean? Then he got on the phone to Kevin and said, "Listen, I want him on these Fight Zone shows." So we sat down, sorted something out, and he's kept me busy.
Yeah, damn right. 100%.
Good fella.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice man, Dennis. Like I said,
He's been good with me.
So how did you were saying it was a good experience getting out in the pandemic, but were you satisfied? Were you satisfied after that fight? Were you just always chomping at the bit afterwards?
So say I fought in that one it was late November of 2020. I fought on that, and then I got back. 1 second, pal.
No worries, mate.
How do I get rid of that?
Right,
yeah, so mate. Yeah, that was in end of 2020, and then I think I got back out in May, which isn't too bad. Got May, June, and then November.
Were you not on the April show?
Was it April? Yeah, it might have been April on the Cash Alley one.
Yeah, that was that out one.
And then I fought on the Jack Massey undercard one.
Yeah.
Boxing Oldham on a Kevin Marie show. That was a good show.
Right, I wasn't at that one.
Romanian kid, and then I boxed on the Jack Massey world title card. So yeah, I was busy. So I stayed in the gym. I'm always in the gym anyway, but I stayed in the gym, and having the dates to look forward to, it's just better. You know what I mean? Fighting in this stage of my career, you don't want to be going stale and waiting about and stuff like this happening. Like say, Chris Pilkinson, and then I fought Naeem Ali after that. The massive opponents weren't about, and they come in last minute, so I didn't even say nothing. Steve went, yeah, well, and I'm not bothered. I'll just fight you. Steve tells me to text, so it was on. Do you know what I mean?
You've got. I mean, you can't help pullouts, but you've given credit to them for taking it for the last minute. But you can only box who's put in front of you. Do you know what I mean?
And
100%. You can, and maybe it gives you that ring experience. It gives you more. Do you know what I mean? You can't. I would be a happy fighter. You got
everything. You know what I mean? As long as I've gone there knowing I'm ready, so it don't matter who you're putting there in. I'll beat whoever. Do you know what I mean? I prepared and ready, so it is what it is. I'm fighting.
You just let your team do the work on the videotape for your opponents.
Yeah, I don't really watch him, mate. Steve's a very good tactician. He'll know. Do you know what I mean? He won't tell us, but we'll know he's watched, and he'll come back to us, and we'll be doing this and doing this, and you'll throw it in the fight, and you'll think he's clever. He's sussed that out. Do you know what I mean? It's mad. He's very vocal, Steve, in the corner or in sparring. He's a perfectionist. Like I say, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but you'll see kids shadowboxing. They might throw 16 uppercuts and a roll left up, right hand, and I think that you're never going to do that. Do you know what I mean? He's very specific. Everything's done for a purpose, which I like about Steve. There's no messing. Everything's done for a purpose. And it's like, say, when you spar, him and Terry was the best at it. When he was sparring, right, Steve will talk him through it. It's like he's got a pad and he's controlling. You know what I mean? He's like jab, double step right. It's mad the way it works. Get it with him sometimes, like say me, Liam, and Jack and Sam. We'll start to grasp it, and you think, wow, it's just easy.
It's funny how some people have looked out on boxing because it's so like because not every brain works the same in boxing, but when you've got a master like that and you've got a proper tactician like that, it goes a long way.
Oh yeah, he's good, and there's nothing fancy about him, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how he does it. He's the busiest man in the world. He's got 4 kids. Leonie, his missus. He don't stop. All the doing cross country. Oh, he's mad. He's mad, but what a man.
Very active, super active. So what's your? I know you're going to say it, every fighter says they want to be a world champion. I've got to ask this question, but what is your true aspirations when when you turned pro? Did you set yourself any goals, targets, where you want to be in like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Well, I think we might have lost Zach again. Having a little connection trouble there, people. Sure, we'll be back.
Got me there.
Yes, man. You all right?
In this underground bunker. I was saying then, when I turned pro, it's I knew in my ability, like say for instance, I know how hard I train and what I sacrifice, and for someone to train harder than me and sacrifice more than me, then they must be an absolute machine. Do you know what I mean? Because they can't train sacrifice more than me. So I'm thinking, if I'm doing this now, and I've trained with Terry, I've seen how hard Terry trains, and then Steve will say to me and like to Jack, there's no point in getting to that stage where Terry was world champion and training, like changing your training and training like a world champion. Then just do it now.
Yeah.
By doing it now, I don't see why I can't go on and win a world title. I don't see why not, but let's calm it down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I want to go. I won't mind. I want to go and win in English and do the authentic route and go the way that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'll just beat whoever's put in front of me, and I know what I can do. I know how hard I work, so I don't see why I'll be getting beat anytime soon. Do you know what I mean? All I've got to do is listen to Steve, execute the game plan in the ring, and do what I do in the gym, and I'll be picking up titles. But like I say, my aspirations, I'm going to be a champion. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not. I firmly believe that.
I'm in it to be the best I can be, and I believe the best I can be. There's not many people who'll be able to beat me. I don't want to. Horrible, do you know what I mean? But that's the way you've got to be.
Oh, 1,000,000%. I know it just not literally, but it's killed or be killed in this sport, and it's pretty savagery, really.
Yeah, it's a savage sport, and boxing hasn't been good to some people, and it's been great to others. Do you know what I mean? But I'm in it for a good time. Do you know what I mean? I'm in it to go out there and win titles and do good things in the sport.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, I'm not being big-headed here, but I've seen fighters fight before they've won world titles. This is not just outstanding Olympic boxers. I've said they'll be champions. I firmly believe you will be a champion. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. It's a skill level and your work ethic. Like, we witnessed that at the shows, and it's always there. It's never here. It's there.
Yeah, I go into every session not thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to tip this one over. I'm going to tip it. I go into every session wanting to do my best, and I'm able to do that because of the way I live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I live and breathe the sport. I live and breathe boxing. I've done it since I was 8 years old. I'm dedicated to the diet. I don't cheat on the diet. I drink my water. I have the right vitamins. I sleep the good amount of sleep. Do you know what I mean? And if you're doing everything right, you should be able to go into every session and perform your best. You shouldn't be dipping. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Towards the end of the camp, you might be a bit fatigued and stuff like that. But as long as I go into every session knowing I can give 100%, I will do. And I think that's what pays dividends on fight night. And I've got every boxer that gets in the ring, but any boxer that gets in the ring with me, I'm going to beat him. And that's the way it is. I train to win. I don't train to just take.
Oh, 1,000,000%. That's the attitude you've got to have. You've campaigned that well against Chrissy, didn't you?
Yeah, welterweight.
What actual weight were you there? Were you the welterweight?
Well, I think we was ready to make what was we making that day? I think it was meant to be like 9.3, 9.4.
I was gonna say, because you didn't look it.
I got there, and we've got a phone, and Steve's gone in, what? Yeah, where is it? He's gone in. He's gone. Yeah, what weight will it be? He said it'll be about 10. What did he say? I think he said about 10-4 or something like that. I've gone, all right. I've ate myself and drank myself. I've drank right, ate right. I think I was about 9-12. That's full capacity. That I think he turned up at about 11 night or something. Steve Dales, he's got him on. I think it was about 11 too. He was 11-2, pretty chubby, you know what I mean?
He was, yes.
So it's right, but yeah, it was a welterweight. Yeah, I was a welterweight that night.
You were banging them with some punches, man. Because me and my, I know, me and my colleague was saying, like, yeah, if he was at his normal weight, they would have been out from them shots, because some of them body shots, man.
No, I remember the first round, he boxed his head off. And the second, he come flying at me. I thought, who's woke him up? But no, it was a good experience. I did enjoy that fight.
Because yeah, a million. We said as well, like when you see, just from seeing Chrissy, we're like, he's a bit of a unit for this weight, like, and we're like, yeah, he's definitely not that way.
Never, my dad shouted.
It's them experience that you live for, man.
Oh yeah, when I told my dad, yeah, I've got to change my phone. He's gone, I've just gone, yeah, it's this one. He's gone, walking out, I thought, no.
Bless him, man.
Hey, what do you think I'm gonna do? It's him.
So has there been any news when you'll be out next?
Yeah, they have. I've got a date, mate, but it's not been announced yet.
Right.
It's not the end of April time, do you know what I mean? So I'll be out there. I think I'm gonna step up to an 8-rounder.
Right.
I've done 2 6s now. I've done the 6 rounds. I had 3 scheduled ones, but I stopped one kid. I've done 2 6-rounders, and yeah, I felt great on my last fight, mate. In February, I felt great, fit, didn't dip in the pace one bit or nothing like that. I felt like I'd improved, because I've gone full time since Christmas. Felt relaxed in there. Felt the shot selection was better. It was good, mate. It was a polished performance, but yeah, I think I'm going to step up to an 8.
Do you think that more relaxation comes with a lifestyle, not having to work and non-stresses?
Yeah, I think so, mate, because I'm in the gym mode, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
things can get slowed down a little bit and work on things that I need to tidy up on. And I had some good sparring leading up to it, sparred a few different kids. And I felt more relaxed, mate. It was good. I really enjoyed myself, picked my shots. But I felt, it was good.
Really good. So how do you think you'll be, like you've just said, you didn't dip in pace in sparring. Is the capacity there to be going further really sooner, like 10s before the end of the year?
Well, get this 8-rounder done, and then if there's any small titles that Kevin can get me involved in, and Steve's happy with them, I'll quite happily take it, whether it be at feather or even super bantam.
Right.
I'd take any of them.
Any of them, right? Wow. I wasn't expecting it to say a bantam, like come down to super.
Maybe super bantam.
Yeah.
Because the last made at 9-2, 9-3, and that was comfortable. So basically, I'd pissed the 9 stones, you know what I mean, which is feather. That's with drinking 7 litres a day before and having 5 meals, you know what I mean?
You look massive for your weight.
Yeah, I do. And then I rehydrate very well. I do it correct. You know what I mean? Steve's very good with the diet. I'm not one bit drained or nothing like that. So I couldn't make it. But I'll just see. See what Kevin comes up with. If Steve's happy with it, I'll just fight. That's it.
Would you like to give a shout out to any of your sponsors before we leave, mate?
Yeah, of course, mate. Like I said, We Build Recruitment. I'd like to give them a massive shout out.
Where can I find them?
Them ones there. I've got Complete Plastering, and Ultimate Fitness gym as well. He's helped me out there, Scott. He used to let me train in there when I was a mithering little kid, get myself on treadmill and that, you know what I mean? It's good. And yeah, without my sponsors, mate, it wouldn't be possible, you know what I mean? That's my main thing this year. I'm happy to be full-time now.
1,000,000%. Well, hopefully we'll see you when you're next out, and hopefully we can get you on again before, when your fight is announced, leading up to the fight.
When it's announced, we'll get on again, and then we'll get on again after the fight when I'm 9-0.
1,000,000%. Hopefully we'll be there. I'm pretty sure we will be.
Yeah.
Are you at this show on the 19th in Newcastle? Are you coming up to just watch, or are you just?
No, I don't think I am, mate. I don't know if
Right.
we've got one on a gym or something like that. But I think my next one's going to be a FightZone show. So hopefully, yeah, you'll be there. Do you know what I mean?
Hopefully, mate. But we'll definitely keep in touch anyway, and we'll speak after your fight's announced.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you.
No worries. It's been a long time overdue, mate. I've wanted you on since we spoke at the event, but life throws you unexpected curveballs now and then, and it's just been what it is. So I'm pleased with getting you on, because I think you're honestly one of our top prospects. I'm not just saying that. I really firmly believe that. You and Dennis McCann are my two favorite youngsters on the scene. So
yeah, very good, yeah.
So nice speaking to you, mate, and hopefully we'll get you on soon.
Thank you, my mate.
No worries,
Cheers
mate.
for that.
Nice one. Thanks, mate.